What is going on, La Familia Madrigal? Welcome to Sunday's live stream. Good to see you all. Man, I feel like I was just saying to TikTok then. I feel like I've literally not been here for about a month. I had 2 days off. I was going to try and stream on the Friday night, but I couldn't actually, and I ended up going out for food in possibly one of the best places I've ever eaten in my entire life. It was unbelievable. So by the time I got back to my room, like the hotel room, I was just a bit like, oh, I'm just knackered really. I can't be bothered. And then yesterday I had the kids and all the rest of it, so I didn't live stream yesterday. But we could argue that was good news because by me not live streaming, the market's pumped. I mean, maybe this is a correlation thing. Maybe I just need to not stream anymore and be like, oh, well, you know, is what it is. Anyway, hope you're all doing well. Welcome in as always. I appreciate you taking a little bit of time up, coming and hanging out with me over the course of the next hour and a bit. Let's call it an hour and a bit, which is good news. Okay, so we're definitely going to be talking about what is going on. How can we trust this pump? And big news this week. This could be the most defining moment in this cryptocurrency market ever. All right, and I truly mean that. By the way, I'm not going to tell you whether to buy, sell, and all the rest of it. That's not what I'm here for. But I truly believe right now, this very day, could be the most pivotal moment in this entire market. People will look back and be like, man, do you remember when like 2bit went live on the 8th of November? And he said it was the most pivotal moment in the crypto bull market. And oh boy, was he right. And I'm so glad I'm subscribed to his channel. And it's even better that the Sunday report that was released was unbelievable. And it was, all that, anyway, you get my point. You get my point. So yeah, welcome in. Good to see Craig, Tim. Let's say hello to a few people. I'm going to get into it. What's going on, boxing fan? Robert Dover's here. 37. Hope you're doing well, brother. Good to see you, man. As always, appreciate you being in here. Welcome in. Jesse, good to see you, buddy. Welcome, legends. Good to see you, man. Always that. 7. Paul says, are we going up the bull run still here? Oh, yeah. I hope so, man. I hope so. We'll try and bring it down. Unrusted Rat says, well, okay, bro. I mean, maybe. Michael said, let's hope so too, but let's indeed hope so. Let's indeed hope so. King Kong says, I also want 2 Gs from the president. Well, I mean, we'll talk about that as well. Stimulus. And I guess the big question is, what happened last time Donald Trump put a stimulus into the market? So let's hope it does it again. Anyway, I know for a fact, an absolute 100% categorical fact, I won't be getting a $2,000 rebate from the President Trump, which is fine though. I'm cool with that. As long as the 51% of my audience that watch my videos and my live streams do, then great news. I'm more than cool with that. So like I said, we're going to get into all the latest news. We're going to get into some technical charts. By the way, just really quickly, if you haven't gone and seen my couple of videos that I uploaded today, and yeah, I am shilling my own bags just a little bit, but I absolutely highly recommend going and seeing it. By the way, it's here. Look, this is it's just a good video. I mean, I know I'm selling my own bag, but genuinely, we talk about some of the macro elements to what and how this market pushes up, what we need, some of the core ingredients that absolutely are A, available, but B, more importantly, need to get into this market. So go and watch this one out. And if you want to keep up to date with everything going on with XRP right now, definitely go and watch this video out. Drop a comment, hit a like, and all that kind of good stuff would be massively appreciated. Okay, with that being said, smash up the like button to a brand new all-time high. Don't forget, hit the like as well. And also, do me a favor, tap the screen here on TikTok as well. It's always a bit weird when I've had a couple of days off. So if we could like super engage with it. Don't forget to get your daily heart maze in. We're pushing us up in the old leagues. Oh, no, we dropped down a league. Oh, we're in League D1, whatever that means. So we need those up popular things, heart maze, all that kind of stuff. Again, you don't have to. Massively just help us out, though, and gets us pushing on the old algo. So we appreciate it. With that being said, let's get into what is going on in the market and what is going to happen in the market. So TikTok, I'll see you guys in like 10, 15 minutes. Go look at the chart. Go look at the charts. Go look at the charts, TikTok. Right, there you go. Okay, TikTok, you're looking at the charts. Okay. It's always a little bit weird when we do it this way. But anyway, Tennessee, what's going on? 10 kids plus 2 parents will bring in 24K. Where's my wife? Bullish. BULLRUN or not, I've always enjoyed this channel a bunch. Hey, boxing fan, thank you, man. I appreciate it. Ben says, love the videos, 2-bit deep dives and a different perspective. Thanks, man. Yeah, we're trying to do something just a little bit different. The traditional, YouTuber is very much like, we'll just do like traditional headline videos. I'm trying to go a little bit deeper into the economics of kind of what's going to move the market, because anyone can be like, yep. I mean, I called Ran, whatever his name out is today, and he literally replied to one of my tweets. Anyway, and I'm sure I'm right, by the way. In fact, I'm going to find that while we're talking. But anyway, let's talk about what is going on in this market. Let's talk about some of the facts. And more importantly, let's talk about where we could be going and certainly where we hopefully can start to move to the upside as well. So, good. All right. Maybe Rand didn't actually say that the market was over. I was sure he said the market was over. But anyway, so what have we got? What have we got? Well, we've got a very interesting pattern playing out here at the bottom end. So this is on the daily candles, just to give you an idea. By the way, 2.22% up on the day, 104,600 is a nice move on a Sunday. And I know people will say, oh, 2-bit. Well, it's a Sunday pump. You can't trust a Sunday pump. But it's very different. This Sunday pump feels a little bit different. And I'll tell you the reasons why. Trump stimulus is potential excitement of government shutdown, which probably means Monday could be relatively volatile, because if that news doesn't come through, then we might end up in a little bit of a sticky situation. But my view a little bit was, obviously we got that nice little move on Friday. Yesterday, I was kind of a bit like, okay, if we can just, 50%, I'm cool with it. But what's interesting on here, and this is why it's important to go and watch that video, is these wicks here. Now, I actually have put on the charts, sorry, I did it on the daily. On the charts here, you can see some key little green boxes, okay? So there's one here, there's one here, there's one here as well, okay? And it goes all the way back through previous bull market cycles and all the rest of it. And let me tell you what these are. I was kind of looking at this pattern down here, and I was a bit like, this pattern feels super weird, like, super weird. 3 touch points exactly on the 50-week moving average, or 98,800. And then even the tops came in at a pretty, we wick up here. And I was like, this doesn't feel normal, right? It doesn't feel normal. If you look everywhere else, you don't see this pattern playing out. And I'm like, okay, there must be some kind of element to this. Like, what is it? So I started going back, and I started to find patterns where similar price movement has happened. So, for example, you had 3 days where it wicked down to exactly the same price. What happened following that particular event? Well, on the 4th day, we actually then pumped all the way up about 8% to a relatively decent move to the upside before correcting back down to nearly the candle body and then pushing back up to the all-time high. So I was like, okay, maybe there's something else then. Like, how often does this happen? Well, it happened exactly here. So you had 1, 2, 3 that were on exactly the same retest on the lower resistance line, followed by a 4th day that went to the green candles and then a push to the upside. I was like, that does feel super weird. Okay, so it's happened twice before. All right, is there any more? Well, there is even more. So you can see here, we wick down 3 times here, retest the lower range of this. What happens? The 4th candle ends up being a big green candle. The only difference here, we got this push down, but from the break of this resistance line, we pushed up again. And actually, when you look at it, we pushed up about another 10%. Okay, it did exactly the same here, albeit slightly further delayed. You can see the 3 touch points here perfectly on this resistance line, followed by upside momentum, and then broke into doing exactly the same consolidation again, which kind of fits within the move up, consolidation, move down, indecision from the markets. Well, the exact same thing is kind of playing out right now. If we were to take this from the previous time this happened, oops, I didn't mean to do that, and then overlay that, the reality is that, in theory, if you were going off my theory that we had, then I'm expecting the markets to pump this week. Now, I know. People will be like, 2-bit, that's the worst logic I've ever heard in my entire life. You are full of shit and you don't know what you're talking about. But, listen out. This, in theory, in my opinion, is the candle that breaks the trend, right? It breaks this consistent up and down. And I truly believe, by the way, the fact that you have candle bodies that are exactly the same means that there is market manipulation from a volume perspective, okay? You see it on DeFi, you see it with a lot of meme coins, but I think there is definite liquidity movements going on between centralized exchanges, Wintermute, Galaxy Digital, all of these big players in the same. But if this theory plays out, if the previous patterns that we've seen over 4 separate occasions going back to early June plays out, then tomorrow, all right, should either A, give us a relatively flat candle, so we see maybe a small move or a small move up or a small move down, or we could actually see a breakout retesting this upper range here at around 107. Now, I know what you're thinking. Well, 2-bit, how the hell do we break out and retest 107? Well, this is probably one of the big pieces of the puzzle that might end up being a big thing. Now, we obviously know that the tariff situation that everybody's like, oh, Trump's announcing the tariff. No. That's next year, right? Forget tariff announcement. And I truly am probably in a world where I don't believe they rule against it. I don't believe they rule against it because there's too much money involved. But you ain't going to get that till next year. But The fact is that what you've got a little bit is Trump to turn the dial. And this is where I think, look, again, I'm not pro-Trump. I'm not anti-Trump. I'm pro-Bitcoin. I'm pro-cryptocurrency. I'm pro you guys all making money, right? That's kind of where I'm at as opposed to anything else. So why is this important? Well, the fact that he tweeted this out, 401k is the highest ever. We're trekking in trillions of dollars, soon to be paying down our enormous debt, 37 trillion, record investment, blah, 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 blah. A dividend of at least $2,000 a person, not including high-income people, will be paid to everybody. So what he's doing here is it's kind of a smart move to a degree, all right? Call what it is, right? It's kind of a smart move. What he's going to do is basically say to everyday average American people that maybe in a world where $2,000 is a lot of money. Now, again, I don't want to shame anyone here. I don't want to say anything that's that's rude or anything like that. But if you're involved in cryptocurrency, $2,000's a bit like, well, it's $2,000. I lost it on a fucking meme coin last week. Subjectively, I know that some people, $2,000 would be a lot of money in this space, and equally $2,000 to some people is nothing. I mean, look at Tim Shea. Tim wiped his bum on $2,000. Do you know what I mean? It's that sort of thing. But what he's then going to do here, in my opinion, is turn a vast majority of the American people in favor of tariffs. Because once you get one thing, it might come again. So you go, well, okay, well, once we pay the $37 trillion debt down and all of a sudden tariffs are raking in billions of dollars every single day, well then, yeah, we're just going to stimulate it with tax cuts and give you a little bit more. So you end up with this pivot where people all of a sudden are like, oh, what do you mean you're going to rule against tariffs? Old DJT sorted us out with 2Gs last week. No, you're not ruling against tariffs. What the hell are you talking about? And the reality is, as much as the Supreme Court will want to probably impose a rule or probably want to make some sort of decision on it, the reality is they're not going to while ever there is a rule in terms of this. So I think this is a smart move. And I therefore think this is what's kind of injected, along with a couple of other things, by the way, inject a nice little push in the market today. But again, just look how this is playing out. Super interesting, if you ask me. And I mean, look, only time will tell. But, you know, like Bleav would say, he's always right. I think on this occasion, I think I am as well. Anyway, make sure to like the stream, everybody. It's the most easiest way to support the channel and increase your chance of a bullish price action. Thank you so much, Jesse. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Tim gifting a membership. Thank you so much. Who got it? El Gringo Mas Japan. Welcome to the memberships. Let us know if you're on the Discord. You'll get access to that premium Discord server. The full report coming out tonight. I know we didn't get one last week, but wasn't really a lot to talk about. The market was shit. There is a lot to talk about. So look out for that. That'll be dropping a little bit later on. If you are a premium member and you are in our Discord, then get ready for that. That should be in there as well. So hopefully you guys will look out for that. But welcome in. And Tim, thank you so much for gifting the membership. I appreciate it. We're I think we're nearly at 40 members now, which is super bullish, by the way. And again, super appreciate you guys for sure on that. Fairground, what's going on? Fairground, did I see you alive the other day on a ride at some fairground? I know that sounds crazy, the fact that your name is Fairground and you're on a fairground. But I'm sure I saw an account. I'm sure it was your account that was live when I was flicking through, and you were on some weird triangle ride thing. Anyway, yeah, was it last night? Good on you, mate. Welcome in. You just cut the live off though. I was watching it, and you were like, right, well, I'll see you later on. I was like, oh, what? This is my entertainment for the evening while my kids are asleep. Anyway, all gravy if you ask me. So good to see you as always. Right. That's where I get to with the charts. Now, when we get into some of the altcoin charts, this is where it starts to get a little bit more exciting and, to a degree, a little bit more bullish, right? A little bit more bullish, which is kind of great news. We are currently retesting the 200 EMA on the Ethereum price at 35.84. Robert Dover coming in with the channel membership. Thank you so much. Daniel Stewart, congrats. Bullish on you. Welcome in. Thank you so much, Robert. Oh, have you got the new coin as well, Robert? Oh, I need to sort that out. That looks crap. All right, I'll sort it out. Oh, bro, what is that coin? No, do it. Oh, you let the fam down. Do check out my link in the member chat. Mind blowing. I will definitely do that. In the Discord, yeah? In the Discord. Where have you put it? Ooh, man, you guys have been chatty. The Instagram one. Okay, yeah, I'll definitely take a look at it. In fact, I just want to do it now. I want to do it now and see what it is. Oh, I saw this. Yeah, honestly. Do you know what? I saw a meme as well earlier on, and it said what I was doing in 2010, and it was Need for Speed 2 or something. Instead of mining Bitcoin, you're like, oh, bro, like I know that feeling. I remember going to buy a record because I don't know if any of you know this, by the way, but I used to be a DJ at university. I thought it was going to be like, you know, Eyeball Paul or whatever it was. And I remember them showing it was like 2 Bitcoin for like £1.50 or something. And I was like, what the hell is Bitcoin? Like, who the hell's going to buy that crap from here? And it was like one of those like alternative places. Man, how foolish I was. Anyway, Blake Gillespie, welcome in. Good to see you. Appreciate you in. Rob's in the building, says, be interested to see inflows and outflows and ETFs this coming week. Yes. Did you see the Solana ETF inflows? 130 million every day inflows. XRP ETFs are going to be wild. Hopefully we get them this week as well. Man, it's going to be a fucking crazy week. I'm excited for it. Boss drops some memes to hold on to. Well, we called them. We did have a meme in the Discord. There's not a lot going on at the minute though. The meme market is very quiet right now. People are rotating into blue chips, but anyway, let's carry on a little bit. So look, ETH having a nice little push. Break the 200 EMA. That's what we need to see. Break this trend here. This will be bullish on ETH. Sol up about 4%. A couple of other coins I want to call out. Aerodrome pushing, and they're back up to 13% APY. Go Aerodrome. Love that, by the way. A couple of other coins having a little move. No surprise. ICP taking an absolute dump. Hopefully you guys didn't get wrecked on that and got out ASAP. Aster up 6.25%. I heard that was about $3 million worth bought today by whales. Don't know if that's a sign of things to come. Hopefully, Zcash still absolutely printing. I'm so tempted to do a long trade on this, but I feel like if I do it, I get wrecked on it. But I'm so tempted to put like a 20x long on Zcash. It just doesn't look like it's stopping. And then into the meme space, Brett moving a little bit, bonk, 1%, nothing crazy. Pump though, up about 10.5%. And again, very similar sort of structure playing out. So overall, you know, without kind of jinxing anything right now, markets look pretty optimistic. Today was obviously the big day in terms of a key level for us. The 50-week moving average, as you can see down here, currently trading around $100,000. I know some people got it a little bit lower, about 98,000. But if anything, this has been a perfect push. Now, we do need to get a little bit higher. Just my opiniano. Although we can probably come down. It's probably about right there, given it's bouncing off. Yeah, yeah. I mean, it is kind of right, really. It's kind of right. Maybe you could argue it would go a little bit low, but I don't think so. So we need to try and get back above about 109. That would be an ambition for me this week. Very ambitious target, but things can change very quickly in this space. And I think a push back above 109, for me, confirms this will be another push. And in fact, I would go as far as to say, if we can break back above 109, probably within the next 48 to 72 hours. So by Wednesday's stream, if we are above 109, 110, I would absolutely call for a new all-time high the week after, I think. Because that would play out perfectly on this... Oh, sorry, TikTok, you guys can't see it. It would perfectly play out as we've seen previously here, which would be the bounce and the push then back to the upside. Equally, this closure on the 50-week moving average feels like it has held on this point. Why do we get it? What's going to be the catalyst? What's going to push us? Because it's not like me sitting here going, well, yeah, the market could pump to oblivion. Of course it could. I could say the market go down. We got to bring facts on this channel. People don't sit for nothing. They want to know what the hell is going on. Okay, so let's talk about some of the things that might push us to this price. It ain't just going to get there by magic, is it? And I don't mean to like belittle people. I sound like a dickhead. But what's going to get us there? Well, yet again, US money is increasing. So the US M2 jumped 4.5%. By the way, we get the Fed balance sheet data on Wednesday. So watch out for that. That could be pretty interesting. But 22.2 trillion, all-time high, marks 21 consecutive monthly increase. Long-term average growth. US money supply has been around 6%. Now, we actually have that on our technicals here on here, which is this one. So the total asset balance sheet for the Federal Reserve is at $6.57 trillion, down $14 billion in the course of the last week. So again, we definitely need to keep an eye on that. What's the like record on TikTok? Like 40-odd thousand, I think. I like TikTok as I can view a market at the same time as watching on my phone. Yeah. Did you hear about the project called XLS? Have I heard that? Maybe I have, actually. Was it 60,000 Fairground? Holy crap. So yeah, so we're going to get the announcement on this. Again, could indicate that. But quantitative easing coming, supported by M2, definitely could be a good news. This is US M2, by the way, not anything else, which I think is important to reference. So again, this is going to be one of the big catalysts. Now, what else? Because this is why this week could literally be fucking crazy. Okay, we need to understand it. So what else we got? Well, the government shutdown allegedly could be coming to an end tomorrow. Now, Speaker Thune has said that they are very close. He actually posted, I don't know if it was a tweet, but he actually said that a deal is very close. And loads of, I think it's Axios reports, insider reports are believed to be hinting at a potential clause, a potential clause to this government shutdown, right? The rumor mill going around right now is at least 10 Senate Democrats, Jesus Christ, are signaling they'll support a bipartisan funding bill per Axios, and Senate Majority Leader Thune says the deal is coming together. Axios is generally quite left-leaning, I believe, so they would definitely know, or they'd have inklings, I guess, to be honest. So this could be a massive catalyst on a couple of different reasons. Why? Unlocks government shutdown, right? Brilliant. That means over $1 trillion flows back into the pockets of people that haven't been paid. It sort of eases market pressure a little bit. JJ, what's going on, buddy? Welcome in, pal. Good to see you, man. So this is a big deal. Now, the big question then is, what happens when the government shutdowns happens? Well, let's take a little journey back to the past. This is what happened in the past. So the last time that we saw government shut down followed by a reopening was back in January 25th, 2019. And the crypto market went absolutely freaking insane, running from around 3,500 all the way up to 12,900, a massive gain for that period of time. Now, I mean, yeah, look, Tomato Pete, you got to take it with a pinch of salt, hasn't you? But it definitely feels like there's more discussion about potentially reopening than not. And I think there was quite a bit that came in. Thanks, TJ. I think there was quite a bit in terms of sentiment that was sort of coming in as well. So worth thinking about. So again, does that mean it's going to happen or not? Debatable, right? Also, what you get is stimulus checks that, you know, Trump's obviously announced. And what happened the last time? Man, I thought I could hear something. That was like the craziest thing in the world. I still feel like I can hear something. Anyway, what do we get out of that? Well, look, the stimulus checks on the back of the pandemic saw a massive boost to the market. The reason 2021 was almost as insane as it was obviously stimulus and, you know, post-COVID, all the rest of it, absolutely freaking wild. So if we got, let's say, for example, government shutdown ended and somehow they managed to agree the $2,000 going out to people, then this could absolutely give a very optimistic view of the market. Does it mean we pump to an all-time high tomorrow? No. But if you think of a negative catalyst, you generally need to see the upside momentum come in. And I think this is going to be one of those things. I feel right now that we need something to change the direction, right? Is that actually Tim? There's no way that's true. I'll bring that up on the stream if that's true, but that feels like the weirdest thing in the world if that is actually true. Oh, man. That would be wild. That would be freaking wild if that was the case. People are going to start rotating out of gold shortly. Gold has passed M2 supply, and every time gold has declined. That's true. That's true. That is wild, Tim. Holy crap. I'll show everybody. That is insane if that's true. So, again, this kind of plays out what we've seen before when you get injection of capital. What's different about this one, though, is this won't be stimulus from the Fed. This will be stimulus from tariffs, which, again, goes back to my original point, is that Trump's kind of trying to play a blinder here to turn the entire US, let's call it working class. I think that's a fair statement as opposed to middle to upper class. Let's call it working class. That absolutely could be a big deal, right? And hopefully we then sort of see a big move, albeit tariffs have to kind of pay off a bit. I don't think they can do it any other way. They can't push the debt ceiling up any further. That would be bad news all in all. 8,000 likes. Are you guys going to try and break the like record? 60,000. Is that what you're going for tonight? I'm down for it. I'm bullish on you guys breaking it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Free money. Well, there's no such thing as free money. No such thing as free money. Someone has to pay for it. It's like when you look at socialist states and all the rest of it. Nothing's ever free in this world. It's the way the world's built, unfortunately. But anyway, and all this aligns to, right now, the least volatile moment for Bitcoin in the last, like, about 12 years, something like that. Bitcoin volatility approaching its all-time low. Pretty interesting. pretty interesting. So again, you've got low volatility. That should, I know we've had two massive, like, liquidation events and all that kind of stuff, but generally speaking, low volatility means that people feel a little bit more comfortable investing in risk on assets, particularly Bitcoin. Doesn't mean they're all going to go in. Doesn't mean we're going to go and pump to oblivion, but it certainly feels like we're getting something that's going to align a little bit rather than, oh, good, Michael Saylor's buying some more Bitcoin. No one actually cares about that anymore. I don't think that's a stimulus to the market. It's just life, innit? It's just life. Hello, Jimmy. What's going on, Beebs? Good to see you, man. Welcome and make sure to like the stream. Jesse's coming in fresh right now. Love it. Also, Jesse, keep doing... I don't know if you've noticed, by the way, in the Discord, because I know you're a moderator in there, but that unverified bit is so I can watch if people change their names. So if you're cool and you're like, okay, these people are legit, take the unverified thing off, which I think you did with a couple of people. So keep doing the good work, man. I appreciate it. 420, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you, pal. Welcome in. Welcome in. Don't forget, hit the like button if you're enjoying the content, by the way. And if you're brand new around here, hit that subscribe button. Do not miss out on anything. The most important part of this market is right now. And likewise, welcome in on TikTok as well. I think everybody's going for like 65,000 likes, you crazy people. So anyway, welcome in. Appreciate you guys with the support. Massively helps out and motivates me to do even more. So thank you so much. USCR is making me money for the last 3 months. Nice. Bullish on that. Bullish on that. Okay. The other thing we need to look out for will be obviously what happens over the course of the market opening. We'll take a look at the pre-market data towards the back end of the stream, as opposed to now, because it probably isn't really worth it. What are traders setting up for? Well, as you would expect, a pretty neutral market, because you had a very bearish sentiment on the Friday. We kind of wiped out all the gains from Thursday. Optimism came in on Saturday, 104 CME gap, and then obviously Sunday, today, pretty bullish as well. So, traders are very neutral right now. And what's interesting with this chart, quite a bit in terms of higher leverage to the upside. So, for example, if the market pushes up, these all win. If the market pushes down, they get wrecked, all right? So there's quite a few heavy 200 and 100x leverage trades sitting on the bottom end of that. So worth just noting. Open interest in volume, by the way, again, is not doing anything super crazy here on the overall price of Bitcoin. Relatively flat. We might see a little bit of an uptick into that. 37, the super fan, welcome in. By the way, becoming a super fan on TikTok helps out the channel as well. If I'm dead honest, I think you just tap the screen, chuck a couple of heart me's in, and boom, that just like pushes us up, gets us into a new league. So if you want to support the channel, feel free to do so. All right, we appreciate it as always. Okay. So yeah, open interest looking pretty good. Right, let's talk about what else is coming in this freaking week that we all need to be aware of, and then we'll get into kind of any questions you guys have. Bit of a Q&A. Crypto Alpha Crew, tap the like. Oh, is that AI? That is AI, isn't it? AI is so confusing, by the way. So confusing. Right. What else we got going on? Well, BlackRock apparently, and you have to take all this with a pinch of salt, don't you? But BlackRock allegedly now staying bullish on Bitcoin despite recent price shutdown. Now, one thing we need to be aware of is, if you remember the back end of last week, BlackRock stopped buying Bitcoin, stopped investing in its ETF, and it all went pretty quiet. We got about $500 million of outflows on the 7th, but BlackRock didn't really partake in it too much. Now, 37, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Now, remember we've talked about when it comes to this BlackRock investment stuff, these generally depict what the plan is. These are demand versus actual. And the way that they have to operate this is, because this is a trust fund in essence, or an ETF, they don't hold the capital. It's not like they just have like a slush fund of Bitcoin, right? So this tells me that tomorrow I'd expect BlackRock to be buying about 1,000 Bitcoin. I think Fidelity's going to buy. It looks like Grayscale's going to dump, no surprise. You got ARK21 that hasn't really decided, but I think we'll get some inflows from ETFs tomorrow. I think that's going to rally in. And I think this is kind of where this article's sort of telling us right now. So although, yes, we get a little bit of downside momentum at the back end of last week, the new filing with the US Securities and Exchange Commission, BlackRock signals the opposite conclusion, saying its conviction in Bitcoin's long-term relevance remains intact despite short-term market weakness. The central pillar of BlackRock's argument is Bitcoin's network growth profile, which describes one of the fastest seen in any modern technology cycles. Good news. And this is an interesting one, which you can see on there, which generally tells us what has been the biggest performing asset over the course of the last few years. Without exception, bar 3, Bitcoin has been the biggest performer. Gold right now has always been in and around 2, maybe 3. So we could be looking at that potential rotation. Bitcoin at 227, gold at 471. We might get this rotation in there that Bitcoin starts to rally its way back up. Gold obviously then starts to push back down a little bit, all right? As that capital tries to displace itself, people become a bit more comfortable. You know, people are going to get $2,000 for not doing anything. That money tends to be a little bit more frivolous. Customers, it's like I'm talking at work. Consumers tend to be a little bit more promiscuous with that money than maybe they would be. Clearly, some people are going to be like, no, this is my money and we're going to put it together for good use, blah, 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 blah. Clearly, other people are just going to be like, hey, I'm just going to blow it on some fucking random shit meme coin and see what happens. Like, who the hell knows what's going to happen? But anyway, it'd be pretty bullish if it does. And then, look, like we said, Trump's Bitcoin bet gets bigger. I don't know if you saw this. American Bitcoin now buying more Bitcoin, 137, now holding over 4,000 Bitcoin, worth about $415 million. So, you know, the reality is they're not messing about, putting their money where their mouth is. The difference is they probably, and I say this with a relatively honest sentiment, by the way, they could probably afford to lose it. Couldn't they really? You know what I mean? The Trump family could definitely afford to lose their crypto portfolio. Hopefully they don't, but 37, thanks for the popular. Appreciate it, man. These are the things that push us up. Thank you so much, bud. You absolute diamond. I appreciate that. I appreciate that for sure. So the other accumulation that we are seeing, and I talked about this yesterday in a bit of a Bitcoin update video that I did last night, because I was conscious that I hadn't done anything. And I was like analyzing charts and looking at, like, I'm just like, what's going on? Like, what are some of these bigger accounts, these bigger wallets? Obviously, I was really curious just with how Bitcoin was performing, you know, like we said on this daily candle with these candles here. I was just like, it's just all doesn't make any sense. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's just all a bit weird. All right, Jesse, no problems, mate. Just make sure you fold your smalls, yeah? Crypto King, welcome in. Coco Jumbo, good to see you, man. Welcome in. Busy Bear in the house. Welcome in, buddy. Good to see you, everybody. Thank you so much. Don't forget, tap the screen. Drop us a couple of likes. I'd appreciate it. So Willoughby Financial have been up to... They've been up to stuff. Not like crazy, not bad stuff. I'm not going to start a witch hunt against anything, but they've been moving enormous amounts of USD1 stablecoin, and they were also moving loads of Willoughby Financial to loads of undisclosed wallets and wallets without any sort of any sort of reference, really. So you can see here on the screen, like loads of it, 15 hours ago, $1 million, $1 million, $1 million, $1 million, buy and sell between this and that, the other. All a bit weird, if you ask me, as well as dumping, $1 million Willoughby Financial into this wallet. Lots of like tokens being split out and moved into certain different, other wallets, which kind of feels a little bit out there. But hey, Willoughby Financial still up to a pretty interesting old move. And don't forget, by the way, they've got a ton of staked ETH as well. Worth noting about that. Worth noting. ICP, I mean, if you didn't manage to get any profit out of it, man, I don't know what you're doing with your life. I mean, this thing pumped big. It nearly broke $10. That's absolutely insane. Has wicked down to 6.8 and is now starting to come back up. If I'm honest, when we talked about this on Friday, no one could tell me why ICP was pumping. So I was a bit like, well, if no one can answer why it's pumping, then I don't really know where people want me to go with it. Gold is definitely on a downtrend at the moment. A lot of the charts are looking very bullish at the moment with lots of big head and shoulders, white shoulders, hammerheads, etc., depending on the macro. Well, gold is back above 4,000. So yes, albeit you could argue it definitely has got a blow off top. It is starting to come in. So again, you got to see what happens with gold. Could this go into a cup and handle? Maybe, followed by the down breakout. That could be a thing. Where we want gold to do is go like that. That's what we need gold to do. And then it would kind of rotation of capital may go into elsewhere. We also got the S&P rallying again. So I think this week's going to be pretty interesting for sure. Hopefully we get some really positive momentum. ICP's not done yet. Look, anything that can pump like 50% in a couple of days. Fetch AI went on an absolute rampage. Look at that. I mean, that is a massive move yesterday. And no one again could really tell me why. I think there's a bit with kind of the founders and, some of the core team. It's still quite significantly down, but at the same time, actually had a pretty strong move to the upside as well. So, good. Tom, thank you for that. Oh, everyone's smashing the like button. You guys are crazy. Let's do it. Let's get bullish. Lauren, I started the show on... Fucking hell, Craig. Oh, my God. XRP's in the building. What's going on, bud? Let's talk about XRP. Now, if you remember, nearly 2 weeks ago, I talked about... I didn't mean to do that. I talked about the potential of a bear trap on XRP. And by the way, I still feel this is playing out exactly to that line. Critical line for us here, though, above 234 on the close. So we need XRP just to come up a little bit, right? We just need it to come up a little bit, break above the 50-week moving average, which would be good news. But I actually think XRP is holding up very respectively. Very respectively. And I actually think this is a nice little break. And potentially, if you look at what happens normally with bear traps, you get the move in, followed by a little bit of consolidation, and then the complete reversal trend back to the upside, wrecking everybody. Because everyone thinks it's going to come down, consolidate, and then continue down. If we get some stimulus in the market, we absolutely could see the push down, flattening off, and then the reversal back to the upside. That would be pretty good news as it came in. Now, Ripple swells, obviously pretty bullish. We watched that, as well as some good news coming from the two recent companies that were involved in that Ripple $500 million bet. If you haven't, not bet, but you get my point. If you haven't watched that video that I did, it talks about who the two main companies behind that $500 million and what they do. And when you look at kind of what they're doing, you're like, man, this is just insane. I saw a really interesting tweet, actually, and it said, I'm going to stop talking about XRP because I'm bored of telling people how big it's going to be. And you're like, right, okay. I like people clicking my videos, though. Right. Axe, what's going on, buddy? Jasmine, Zebek. I mean, Zebek's having a decent run today. 31 up 4%. Nice little move on that. Hello from North Cyprus. How you doing, fella? 2-bit. Been a while. What's going on? Sunny Rajput. Good to see you, man. Welcome in. Hope Cyprus is treating you well. I'm going to 420s for Christmas. I'm scared to go for shit at his house. He doesn't have an air freshener. I'm going to have to bring my own. Just get that, what do they call it? Oh, what's it called? Someone help me out. What's it called? It's called... Oh, I can't remember what it's called. Anyways, there's some like spray. I'd say it 420. Grab a bottle of VIP and you'll be fine. Right. The Dulcalax. Fairground. You crazy mother trucker. Anyway. So yeah, Zepek holding up pretty well, which is kind of good news as well. So yeah. Which could be good news. Which could be good news, by the way. I love the fact you guys know what it is. Oh yeah, I mean that's got to be like, you know, if I was thinking about, you know, when my missus was like, look, TikTok. I really want to get into the world where I think we should talk about having kids. And she brought a porta potty with her. I'd be like, that is the woman for me. That is the woman for me. Let's have some kids. Yeah, I'm not sure that's going to be the greatest of things. Probably wouldn't go with that one, Laura. Just grab a little bottle of VIP and you're going to be fine. And some marigolds. Right, anyway, we've gone off track completely. Let's bring it back to the crypto market. So, if we were to summarize exactly where we are, what's going on, and more importantly, I guess, what do we need to look forward to this week? Well, we've got allegedly some pretty big catalysts that could be coming through. The $2,000 stimulus from Donald Trump could be announced this week. Whether it will be or not is a different debate. A potential end to the US government shutdown. I think Monday, so I think tomorrow is day 41. Someone quote me if I'm wrong, by the way. NFIB Small Business Index, not really a big deal. Federal budget balance data, that could be pretty good news. And there's quite a few of Fed speakers this week. Let's take a quick look. Who is speaking this week? So you got Williams, Paulson, Fed Waller. Oh, God, he's going to probably be bearish. But anyway, Bostic will be bearish. Mirren, Stephen Mirren's going to come in on the 12th. Bullish on you, Stephen Mirren, on the 12th. That'll be good news. And then, like I said, jobless claims. We also get CPI coming in on Thursday. Although I think it's going to be data restricted. So whether we actually get CPI, I don't know. But we'll see. Which could be another reason why they open up the government tomorrow. Pretty a bit of a scramble to get it. But yeah, it could be interesting. And then we get PPI allegedly on Friday. Consensus 0.3. Previous was negative 0.1. Forecast 0.5. So look, we're looking for 0.3, which would be bullish for markets. So fingers crossed we get there. So not the craziest of weeks, but still some pretty good stuff to come in. Shu said, I wouldn't say my poo smells, but I kept a pig in the toilet as an air freshener. Nice. Nice. I was looking at some today. Oh my God, I don't even know what you guys are talking about. Let's go to TikTok. They've got actual questions on cryptocurrency. ICP, yeah, we just talked about ICP. Again, if you haven't took profits on it, I mean, what did it pump yesterday? Just out of interest. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. What did it pump yesterday? Oh, that's in the weekly candles. Hold on, daily. Oh, I thought it went way bigger than this yesterday. Okay, maybe not then. So it did 26% yesterday. Like, if you didn't take a little bit off the top on a 26% move on something that's been downtrending for the last God knows how long, since like November, then, I mean, you literally are not playing this market right. Just my opinion, by the way. Now, you might hold on to it, and ICP might be the biggest, you know, coin to run this entire bull market cycle. Doesn't feel like it, but my view anyway. My view. ICP, guys are literally, TikTok isn't cultured. I mean, I don't know what you guys are talking about, but yeah, Fairgrounds, 22,000 likes. Let's get it. We're bullish over there. How many have we got on YouTube? 45. Guys should be ashamed of yourself. Give us a quick thumbs up. Don't forget as well, do check out the links to our Discord in the description and also on the bio. You're going to get access to that Discord where join nearly 300 other people in our active community. Get involved in that. Like I said, if you want to become a channel member, get access to the premium Discord, chart alerts, technical analysis, as well as our bot that can give you up-to-date technical analysis, price action on DeFi and also traditional markets. Then, yeah, head down there, grab the join button, grab a subscription on TikTok. Boom, you're in. Go for it. You don't need to ask if you got a question. Reality only. Hit us with it. I'm excited about questions. Do you think ISO 222 will probably have an effect on the market in your opinion? Yes. I don't necessarily think it'll be instant though, but I do think it will have a better, it's the same as the Clarity Act. Think about it. Once the Clarity Act come through and they could prove that an exchange manipulates the price of Bitcoin, they are going to get sued to death. So the Clarity Act will be good. We just need to get it passed through. But I think that will definitely support stabilization of the market in a degree. If you think about it recently, and again, you have to put your tinfoil hat on here, everybody. But you can't tell me that over the last, let's say, 4 months, there hasn't been more market manipulation than I've ever seen in this market. And bear in mind, I've been in this market since 2017. And this last 4 months have probably, I think, been the most manipulative, emotionally draining markets ever. And the Clarity Act, to a degree, fixes that. So I think that's going to be important. And I think it should give us a bit of confidence in the market. What it should also give is investors at an institutional level, big traders, confidence that they're not just going to get wicked out the minute they put a massive long on it. You know what I mean? It's like, is what it is. The other thing I would say, by the way, really, really quickly is I didn't block them. I just turned James Wynn and all these other people off. Oh, I've had literally the week, like just the most glorious of weeks. Am I back on? I feel like I turned my microphone off on TikTok. I think I have actually. I think I've turned it off. There. Can you guys hear me again? So yeah. Oh my God, there's lots of I didn't realize there's so many comments that hadn't been put through on TikTok. Sorry, everybody. So yeah, it's been bliss, actually. It's been great. Okay, so that kind of, you know, that's sort of where we get to a little bit with this. Let me do that, close that. We will definitely keep an eye on what's going on with the market. I still don't even know if I should show this, Tim. I feel like this is just uncomfortable. But allegedly, the Zcash dev, and I don't know how true this is, by the way, but the privacy dev for Zcash, I don't know how true it is. Either this has been the greatest privacy tech or everyone unknown can see the shit this guy does and probably keeps his hands on the drive going to dumb zero over time. Is this the Zcash dev? I mean, who knows? It'd be pretty wild if it was. Each their own, that's my opinion. But hey, he's pumping the price of Zcash and it's going freaking wild right now. So maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to keep an eye on what's going on here. Bitcoin 104,626. So holding up pretty well. Someone said we're going to dump at midnight or something because of some RSI bullshit. Who's that? What's that question? I got 500 ICP at 290. Busy bear, bullish on that. Man, I can't believe you didn't sell it at $9. It's like a 4x. What's wrong with you? Oh, someone put a comment about dumping the market because of the RSI or something. I don't know where it's gone. What's going on, Vern? Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you as always. Which is great. So we'll see. More like dumping 2 hours, Chris Bendix. Do you think? Like, I mean, the markets are always a little bit volatile when we open, particularly around Asia. They were last night. It was just like, what is going on? Like, why are the markets just all of a sudden completely dumperinoing? Like, what's that about? Boys, look at that. love the popcorn. Oh, popcorn to coffee. Let's get it. 37. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Predicting the exact time of a dump outside of news and data sounds like a bro. Well, that's it. So what do we get with pre-markets? Well, here we go. The Dow looking like it's going to open pretty optimistically. The S&P 500 marginally up. The NASDAQ looks to be down. No dramas. Russell down. Hong Kong Stock Exchange, a lot of Asia is going to be pretty flat. Commodities look unchanged. We'll get a little bit nearer the time. And the Treasury market feels flat as well. Did you see that? 50-year mortgage from Trump. That's pretty interesting. US indices, New York Stock Exchange. So overall markets look like they might open up reasonably okay. I don't necessarily think it's a big sign of anything particularly, but hey, we'll take it. Maybe we get a nice little rally into market opens. Hold off the 20-day EMA. That'd be pretty nice, wouldn't it? A nice little break back above. Alts rally in the market, 3.48 trillion. So we're still well underneath where we should be. Still well underneath, but Wall Street Group, XCN. Yeah, we looked at that. I put that on my charts the other day. Where has it gone? Oh, no, it was at XDC. Man, XCN, there we go. It's up 4%. It's still in a macro downtrend. That's the only problem you've got, which, by the way, a lot of altcoins are right now. They're all in like macro downtrends. So, you know, hopefully we can get just a little bit more optimism in the market, a little bit of, you know, a little bit of je ne sais quoi. That's what we need. And then we should be fine. Maybe. I don't know. Hopefully. Davo's in the building. What's going on, Davo? Good to see you, man. Welcome in. Good to see you, bud. Good. All right. That is that. Don't forget, if you've got any questions, maybe you're brand new to the crypto market, feel free. No question is a stupid question. We'll try and answer the best I can. Also, if you're on TikTok, press this button here. Just share us out. Let people know we're live. Would massively appreciate it. I think everyone's trying to get to a new all-time high on likes, by the way. So we're at now 26,000. So I just double checked, and apparently the Senate stand tonight at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard, 11 p.m. UK. Oh, is there really another vote tonight? Ooh, bullish. Let's hope so. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. CBS. Government shutdown. The government has been shut down 39 days, 22 hours, 38 minutes. Okay. Senate Democrats will huddle this evening. Senate Democrats are set together for a caucus meeting at 5 p.m. this evening. Two sources familiar told CBS News. The meeting comes as Thune had said plans to vote for a vote Sunday on advancing a House-passed continuous resolution with a plan to amend the measure to include a package to full-year appropriation bills, part of the deal to reopen the government. So, hey, if they've put in the whole, like, 1 year extra, Davo, thank you so much, man. If they've put in an extra year on this bit around Medicaid or whatever it's called, then, like, yeah, that's what they've asked for. So, man, the market might open. I just didn't think Trump was going to do it. So, okay, well, let's see. Senate appropriators released the second of 3 full-year appropriation bills that are set to plan the funding package. That comes part of the deal, ending the shutdown. The bill would fund the FDA and the Department of Agriculture that comes after appropriate release bill that would fund military construction, defense, and the Veterans Affairs earlier in the day. So it feels like they've had quite a bit come down. 43 minutes ago, third funding. Oh, you guys can't see this. Third funding bill released as Senate eyes possible vote. Senate appropriation released that earlier in the day. Okay, so yeah. Senators are back on Capitol Hill for a rare Sunday session aimed at ending the government shutdown. Although no vote are currently scheduled, Senate Majority Leader John Thune reported that we plan to vote today on a funding measure as part of the plan. So they are voting today, definitely, yeah. It doesn't say there that they are, but okay. Well, if they vote today and they've adjusted that, then, I mean, we might actually get a government open. That'd be pretty freaking bullish, wouldn't it? That would be pretty bullish. Isn't it? Where's we've looked at this before. US Senate floor. Although if they're not voting, it won't be there, will it? Here we go. Senate floor proceedings. Webcast. So I imagine there's nothing there, right? So the Senate stands in recess until 6 p.m. Eastern. Ooh. So Sunday the 9th. Convene at 1:30. Okay, so there's nothing as it stands yet. I'm going to put this over here. I'll put this over here so I can keep an eye on it. Bitcoin is pushing, though. We might see a 105 push for BTC. That would be nice. Break above the 20-day EMA. Be pretty good news, if you ask me. That would be pretty good news. Man, I feel like I should live stream in case they do. Jesse said, I need my sunglasses again. Yeah, I know. Tell me about it. What's holding up with the trillion for illegal? Yeah, I did see that. Was it 1.5 trillion or something? Caroline will take a stimulus check. Oh dear me. Yeah, I mean, it is the U.S. Senate, so I mean, I don't think they particularly care about it, but anyway. Bump, down, bump, Yeah, that's what I was looking at. Sang news article. Okay, bullish. Bullish on you guys. Okay, good. If you are here on TikTok, don't forget to tap the screen. We're nearly at 30,000. Are we back? I mean, I think it's too early to say, but if you were in the narrative of saying, well, historically, the 50-week moving average has always been broken on the weekly, which then a bear market proceeds, technically by that logic, if we don't break that, you would argue then we're probably in a place where the market is more bullish. Thus, tomorrow probably ends up being the confirmation day, because what you could end up with is optimism today. Everyone's like, oh, we're going to get this Trump stimulus. The government's going to reopen. Like, here we go. It's going to be super, super bullish. And it doesn't. Everyone goes, shit, sell everything. So I think tomorrow we would need the confirmation break from that line. Now, you could argue technically on the weekly candle, we did break that and held the 50-week moving average, which was around 100,000. So, look, we're in a good place. 104, it'd be great to be over 105. I mean, that would be good. Like I said earlier on in the stream, we'd be looking for, 10, I mean, it's going to be, it's a little bit lower than that, isn't it? Really? Let's call a spade a spade. Probably 109. Break above 109, in my opinion, confirms that we broke the trend, and we are then, in my opinion, going to probably go and print a new all-time high. That's my view. So tomorrow, this week is probably the critical one, isn't it? So where do we close a week today? Close above 109. In my opinion, bull market and all-time high coming. If we close below, then we may invalidate that breakout. So Governor Orbit will kick off the final phase of the cycle. I mean, that's true. That's true. That number's at like 1.1 trillion now, I believe. The the fund, the Treasury fund, $1.1 trillion. So yeah, hopefully we can kind of get that, which would be good news. Also, just for reference, by the way, only because it is something we've talked about, and I was talking about it a lot. Jesse, you might want to avert your eyes dead quick. Repo debt, I said this about on Friday, dropped below $6 billion. Great news, 4.9, in line with generally what you see. So, you look at the last 5 years, it's now back to kind of normal levels. So pretty good news if you ask me. Pretty good news. And this tells us that the liquidity is coming back to the banks. There's not so much of a nervousness around the banks defaulting. So again, should be another indication that markets are maturing a little bit. It's a little bit more like, okay, good news versus last Sunday, if you remember, was pretty naff. We kind of had a decent rally through the day and then dumped for the rest of it, followed by a dump, and then obviously we've got that pretty big move on the back of it, which rallied us up. Sorry, I forgot to actually go to the correct fucking chart to be better. So yeah, last Sunday, sorry, we got a little wick, and then obviously Monday, everything just fell to pieces. So hopefully we don't get the same. Hopefully. What happens once the government opens and they start respending the government fund? Well, liquidity just gets injected into the market. You'll have $1 trillion, or a chunk of money will start going to all those people that haven't been paid. So yeah, get a live on for voting. I'm on it. Let's do it. Do you think the government shutdown ends tomorrow? Vote away. Let's do it on TikTok as well, because I'm curious what you guys think. Let's do it. Poll and a vote. Quick poll. So, smiley face, it unlocks. Sad face, it doesn't. Let me see what you think, TikTok. Mouse in the building. What's going on, bro? Good to see you, man. ETH good spot buy or bullish confirmation still needed? I would just wait, personally. I wouldn't ever buy anything on a Sunday or trade a Sunday. Like, it's so easy to move markets, in my opinion. Oh, man, split. BR95 says no. Tom's going no. Interesting. Where are you guys at? Man, people are bullish on YouTube. So YouTube say yes. TikTok said no. Who's going to be right? Let's have to see. Ardon say no. But yeah, my view, by the way, is Sundays, just wait and see what the market happens. So many times you end up with a really big move post the Sunday. So take, for example, when we were talking about last Sunday, absolutely fell off on a cliff on Monday. So you'd be better buying like, Tuesday, Wednesday morning to a degree. What happened the previous week? Well, we sort of got a pretty big move. Guess what? Followed by a dump. So actually 1, 2, you could almost argue 3, 4. The last 4 Sundays, we've seen downtrend on the back of a good Sunday. So let's see what happens. Bullish or bearish on Zcash? I don't really have an opinion on it. I think the better question is, do you think Zcash can continue to go up in price? And I think at the minute, you've just got max FOMO, albeit I would err with caution right now because it had a pretty big wick down. Yes, they bought back, but nothing comes back as strong as its original move. So there probably is a bit more mileage in it. I mean, it broke 700, didn't it? But I would be very, very cautious with Zcash. Very cautious, actually. All good. Looking forward to another week driving around London, Stan. My missus was in London, actually. I told her to try and find your pizza place, but she was nowhere near it. Up and open for Christmas. Let's hope so. Monero. Now, loads of people are going bullish on Monero, and I don't know why. Well, I do know why. It's the weird, it's the weird FOMO it's the weird FOMO of Zcash. I mean, look, technically, you could argue that Monero is the only privacy coin that's actually genuinely private, doesn't have end nodes and all the kind of rest of it. It's currently sitting at $432, up about 18%. If anything, if you were truly bullish on the tech of privacy coins, Monero would be a better bet than Zcash. But FOMO is the best catalyst of ever, and that's the reality in it. So, Mezel May says, when the bull, I mean, technically we're sort of in it towards the back end of it right now. You know, if you've had 3 multiple breaks of all-time high in BTC and it hit 125k, which is nearly double its previous all-time high, you've got to be in a world of thinking it's a pretty big bull market idea. 17,000 XRP each, and I'll open the government. Bullish on you. I can't honestly say it all depends whether the Democrats accept what Trump has offered. Well, it's everyone, isn't it? It's whatever that bill's put forward. I don't think it's all Trump. I think the problem he got was Trump wasn't going to pay the immigration thing. He wasn't going to do. He flat out refused to do it. It looks like they may have bended a little bit. At some point, though, they've got to do it because otherwise it just becomes a joke, doesn't it? It's like, the problem you've got as well is, by the way, the Republicans tried to put a bill through, didn't they, to say that senators didn't get paid while the government was shut down, and the Democrat senators, I believe, blocked it. Just my opinion. Again, I don't want to get too political on life, but it is what it is, in my opinion. In my opinion. Excuse me. Tired. I had the kids by myself yesterday, so I apologize for that. You all got to looking deep into my yawn. Tim says we were bullish today because Trump mentioned stimulus. I mean, that's true. That's true. Yeah, if I come in and be like, is Mouse here? Can I have a pizza, mate? They'll be like, no. Get the fuck out of this. Get out. Back into the bull market, really? Yeah, I mean, I think so. I would lean more to the end versus the start. I know some people are like, the bull market hasn't started. You can't say that. 125k BTC, double what it was last time. You can't say the bull market hasn't started. It would be insane to say that it hasn't started. My view is that the debate isn't about whether the bull market has started or not. The debate is, do you believe in an extended cycle? Because if you do, then you sort of get into a world of saying, well, probably 2026 feels like the bull market top. And do you believe that there is further upside to come? My opinion still sticks true that I think 2025 is the end of very, very, very early 2026. Very, very early 2026. But, the fact that we can't seem to get momentum, which may change, by the way, the next 48 hours, but, tells me that our sentiment isn't particularly great. But equally, ranging is relatively small. So like we said, in terms of volatility, it's actually the lowest it's been for ages. All-season starts on Fear and Greed, hits 15. Really? I thought it was on BTC. Dominance drops below 56. Which, by the way, it was ticking up again, but is now down, which is kind of good news. In my opinion. In my opinion, anyway. I'm insane and saying bull run ain't started yet. Whoa, fairground. I mean, if you think the bull run hasn't started yet, people have got to be like super crazy on BTC price then. You've got to be like plus 200k then. Because if you don't think the bull market is double its previous all-time high, then you must believe that the bull market must be double and way over double an all-time high. I mean, I'm getting myself confused here, but I think that's what I'm trying to say. If that makes sense. If that makes sense. Man, we've got quite a few new people coming into the Discord right now. You guys are bullish, bros. Bullish. We need to Jesse, we need to clear some of these out and make sure that people that are in there are legit and people that aren't in there aren't legit get yeeted. Get yeeted. Where are we up to now? We have got a whopping 283 members in our Discord. Let's go. Complete your tier and Sebek is a sleeping giant waiting to explode Coinbase and Binance loading up. We all know what that means. Listening soon. Yeah, I sold all out of my Zebek in fairness. I didn't really like it because it kept pumping when it shouldn't do and it kept dumping when it shouldn't do. So I wasn't a massive fan of it, to be honest. But I don't know what I'm doing here. Right. Zebek. Where are we going to get to with Zebek? Let's go short. Am I on Zebek? Yeah. Let's go short term on the fib from this previous move. 3104. Oh my god, I thought TikTok had come up with that thing again telling me that I'd been naughty, and it's not. It's just telling me I've got to do my thing. 3104. We need to break down again. You've not got a lot going on with Zebek right now. The best you kind of had was going back to this original move here. So 236 Fibonacci's 3026. Looks like it bounced off the 3026. It needs to break up. The mayor of crypto. Thank you so much for the heart, mate. Appreciate it. Oh, nice. Your fan club has completed the first stage of the club quest. Club cheers have been unlocked for all fans to send and celebrate. Bullish. Don't know what it means, but thank you so much. That's what I need to keep pushing on that fan club thing. Apparently that supports like pushing the old algorithm on TikTok. So again, I really appreciate it. If you're enjoying the content, by the way, you know what to do. So yeah. So I think if Zebek can push a little bit further up, that could be good news. Got to get to 3464 would be my first price target to confirm that you have actually got to move. Because by the way, the sentiment is bearish on Zebek. Yes, we've had a nice little move to a degree here, but the Zebek move still feels a little bit bearish. So I'd watch out for that. And then where's the sort of solid break? Like I said, you want to be breaking back with the 20-day EMA there at about 3470. So get bullish on it. But yeah, I mean, they've got a lot of stuff going on in the background. So, I like I said, I don't own Zebek in fairness. I sold it the last time I could, but could be good news. Man, 37, thank you so much, man. I appreciate it. BULLRUN started in 2022. If you are complaining, you're not paying attention. Here's the thing. If you feel the animals daily, they all depend on it. You can figure out the rest. Trump ain't playing that game. I mean, that's true. That's true. What's fear and greed at right now? It is, let's take a look right now. Fear and greed. I think it was at like 22 or something. 24. I was close. Fear and greed at 24. Alt season at 31. Average crypto RSI at 55.91. Crypto puppet. What's going on, bro? Hope you're doing well, man. Good to see you, buddy. Hope life is treating you well. It has been a minute. I'm still here listening. Bullish on you, bro. Bullish. Right. If you guys have got coins, man, it's 5 to 10. Where the fuck is that fucking hour gone? Holy crap. How long have I been live for? I've been live now for an hour and 5 minutes. What? When did that happen? When did that happen, everybody? Come on. There's the link to the Discord, by the way. Get involved. Translation when 2-bit says that's true equals yeah, maybe. Yeah, I mean, yeah, maybe. Oh, dear. Got to go in a couple of minutes, bro. Jesse, no dramas, mate. We appreciate you being here for sure. Appreciate everybody being here, by the way. Super bullish on you. Like I said, the channel is doing well, so I appreciate you guys supporting. Like I said, does make a difference. And like all of the, you guys dropping those gifts and supporting it and everything else, I'm pretty bullish on you guys as well. So thank you so much. Bitcoin Bijan in the building. What's going on, bro? Welcome in. Good to see you, buddy. Can we take a look at Zora Coin? $1 tops. Let's take a look at it. Zora Coin. Zora Coin. Is it this one? XCL up as well, by the way, which is kind of pretty bullish. Is it this one? Is it this Zora coin? Zora USDC, currently priced at $283 million market cap. Is it that one? Warren Bennett in the building. What's going on, Warren? Good to see you, man. I think Bitcoin going to drop to a bit, maybe down to 80K. Get out of here, Crypto Puppet. It was better without you. Do I think this breaks $1? I mean, honestly, no. I mean, how far is $1 from here? I don't want to piss on your chips, by the way, Bitcoin Bijan, but you're asking it to do a 1.4 million% move. I just don't see it. If you had said, can it break 10 cents, I'd probably be more inclined to agree with you. Its all-time high is 14 cents. I don't even know what it does. What does it do? Oh, my computer keeps doing this. I don't know why. It's a MetaMask thing. Yeah, I don't think $1's feasible, mate, if I'm honest. I think $1 is very unlikely. Just my opinion. Just my opinion. You know, if you think about it, when it was going absolutely parabolic, it broke 14 cents. What's going to drive it higher now? That's my view. Bullish week ahead, hopefully. Yeah, true. Dark Boy says XRP XLM to the moon. Hopefully. Hopefully. I'm down for that, by the way. I'm down for it. But yeah, I mean, like I said, maybe if you can get an upside momentum on it, it's a very big project. That's true. I'm not saying it's not, by the way. I'm not saying it's not a very big project at all. But if you look at the macro here on just traditional altcoins, then, you know, you got to be in a world of going, why would that be different? And yeah, I know some DeFi players will pump to oblivion, but I think you just need to be mindful that 1,000,000%, name me a coin that's done 1,000,000% recently. That's already good. That's not, and this is the thing you got to understand here, by the way. It's all relative, isn't it? 1,000,000% from $283 million market cap. What would even put the market cap at? If it went to $1, it'd be a $4.47 billion project. Would put it at the number. It would be the number 28th highest cryptocurrency on the planet. Feels very far-fetched. Just my opinion. My opinion. Where we at on likes, by the way, 43. You ain't getting 60. You need way more people just absolutely smashing the like button. Albeit there's 75 people in the stream right now. We've got like nearly 100 on YouTube as well. So shout out to everybody tuning in tonight. We appreciate you. The most critical moment in the cryptocurrency bull market is absolutely upon us. We have got 2 hours and 1 minute left for the close. And within that time, this is the crazy shit, people. Within that time, the US Senate will open in an hour, potentially for a vote on government shutdown, which absolutely could start to see it push a big. So when is the bear market starting? Well, I mean, look, if it depends who you listen to on YouTube or X, isn't it? So many people are like, bear market's here. I'm not even kidding, by the way. I literally just stopped following them, turned all the notifications off, and I've had a great weekend. Great weekend, and just not like, oh my God, like these people just drive me insane. It's been great. Just not listening to like loads of people being complete choppers. So we will see, by the way. But yeah, the minute I always said, and I said it all week, that the Sunday close was going to be the thing I would look for. If we close below the 50-week moving average, then I was going to be closing out positions, putting some certain coins in a stable and seeing where we sit. I think the fact we had a good day yesterday, we've had a pretty good day. Sorry, we had a good day Saturday. Sorry, yeah. Friday, we had a big day Friday, flat day Saturday, decent day today. Definitely gives me a little bit of optimism in the market. But let's see where the weekly candle closes. Jesse, thanks, man. Appreciate it. Catch you tomorrow, hopefully, bud. At $109,000. I think we'll pump soon and then it will be rich, let's say. I mean, let's hope so, Mouse. I'm fingers crossed. Let's get it. O's in the building. What's going on, buddy? Welcome in. I've left loads. I've left loads. All the footer's gone over. Yeah, honestly, it was like, I imagine it's kind of like doing a feng shui, like, stop. You know what I mean? It's just like, it just cleared my mind today. It's not having to deal with like emotional people, like talking nonsense. It was great. Will the bull run come? I mean, I'm assuming your name is 2 Chains, by the way, but I think the bull run's here. The debate isn't about whether a bull run's coming. The debate is if the bull run's going to continue. And so far, based on current price and market movement, my predictions, my views are that in the short term, the market still holds up and the bull market still continues. We would need to see, and I'm going to be looking for the next week, a close above 109. If we close above 109, all-time highs are coming the week after, in my opinion, not financial advice, never is on this channel. If we then start to wick down and close and market lose steam and everyone's a bit like, oh, the bull run's a load of crap, then watch out. Did the government end the shutdown? Crazy stuff. Maybe. There is allegedly going to be a vote. Now, currently, there is a scheduled, they're in recess, and they are scheduled to be back in 6 p.m. Eastern time, which is in about an hour, right? I think it is. So maybe. It would be good news if we got that, by the way. I do generally believe that. You get a government shutdown that ends, followed by stimulus, followed by good CPI data, good PPI data. All of a sudden, we could be sat here next week going, we've called it. Whoa. Cool. Or we could be sat here going, bro, we were at 105 last week and we didn't sell anything. Always do your own research and always make sure you make a decision. Remember, markets can take your money if you don't take it for you. Bull run is well here. It's whether to see a banana season or not. I mean, that's true. And the bigger thing, though, which I think is noting about this one as people try and analyze the markets, maybe, just maybe, this time's different. I mean, that's the reality, isn't it? Do we go into a 5-year cycle? Is the fact that actually no macro data really cares? Like, it just is what it is. So we'll see. We predict we potentially would get, if you get government shutdown ending tomorrow, you're probably going to get some XRP ETFs this week. Probably going to get some ETFs this week. That would be pretty freaking bullish if you ask me. The Beef Inspector, welcome in. What's going on? Good to see you. Appreciate you being here. So yeah, I mean, if we get that, then, you know, I'm all for it. I'm macro bullish on the market. Again, we just have to close. 1 hour, 57 minutes. That is going to be the big thing. Let's take a quick look on, see what, let's see if anything's going on just really quickly on X. As a ring start spot holder, I just ruined to $3 to break even. Dynamic, what's going on, buddy? I mean, hopefully for you, I'm praying for him. Q4 hasn't been this red since 2018, but we still have time. Oh, no. Doesn't look like there's nothing crazy. US employment we know about. What's interesting with the employment stuff is it's all a conversion to AI, though. In my opinion, by the way. In my opinion. So I know that people are like freaking out. And they're like, oh, God, it's going to be like the worst thing in the world. But AI, baby. It's taken over. It's taken over. Okay. Good. I mean, there's a video of Trump's plane doing a flyover, which is kind of wild. Scott Bessent's obviously bullish on the market to a degree. Strategy, allegedly, Michael Saylor's buying more Bitcoin tomorrow, but like I said, don't think anyone cares. Personally, I don't think anyone cares, but let's see. Now it says bull market is over, in my opinion. We hit 115 to 120k one last time, then down to 70k. I mean, yeah, I mean, if we can push to like 120, 125 again, you know, it'd be worth taking a little bit on the table. The argument would always be, though, 125, does it then surpass that? Bear in mind, the previous 2 market cycle tops, we've absolutely broke above the previous. So you'd argue if we get to 125 again, you might as well say, well, we're probably going to get to 130, 133. The sensible thing, though, is if we get an alt season or we get some altcoin movement, then, yeah, you know, just take some profits on the way up. Then you don't get, like, totally attached to, you know, where you're sitting. That's not a bad strategy, in my opinion. Okay. Let's cast a vote. 57% of you believe that we are going to get a government shutdown ending tomorrow. Holy shit. Unless, Mike, you're going to come online for half an hour when they open the Senate. I'll be up doing content anyway. So if they come on and it looks like the government's going to open, I will potentially go live. Potentially. But it's always a bit awkward because if everyone's a bit in bed in my ass. But yeah, look out for it. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, it'd be great if we did, by the way. But as it stands right now, nothing is happening and nothing looks like it's going to happen until 6 o'clock. There's no adjustment on here to say that they've got a new, that there's a new proceedings or anything like that. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Unrusty Rat says, Marbits is up. Is it really? Maybe a random cabal started like buying it. Oh, it is actually up 2%. Bullish. Oh yeah, someone's like wallet just started buying. What, $20 a Marbits? Hey, let's go. Volume of $25. $25. Ba-na-na-na-na. You know the only one to keep your eyes out for. Did you get any Night Tongues 2-bit Cardano airdrop? No, I didn't know. I don't think I did. I'll have to check Ledger, but yeah, anyway. Check it out, retrabbit.com. Sleep on this one. Well, as I said, I'll be watching anyway, but if I'm in and you go live, yeah, maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll even jump in the Discord. Maybe do it members only live stream. Imagine that. That'd be pretty bullish. Members only live stream. But yeah, if the market starts to come to the upside and we start to get a little bit more momentum, then I would definitely be keeping an eye on what's going on with retrabbit.com. If you're into meme coins, altcoins, and all the rest of it, keep your eyes peeled. Just saying. Crypto Puppet, did you get some? I don't know if Ledger supported it, by the way. Man, ICP's down 14% right now. That's wild. That is wild. Man, you got to nearly 50,000 likes. You guys are crushing it. Holy crap. 50,000 likes on the stream. Let's go. I mean, you're still 10,000 short of the record, though. I mean, if every single person in this live stream right now tapped the screen 100 times, you'd soon be over 60,000. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, whether people do or not. I mean, you could definitely rattle through this pretty quickly. Pretty quickly. We made it into the top 80% of League D1. Let's go. Let's go. My fingers there. Yeah, we'll have to see. Well, look, we've got to get there first and foremost. Weekly candle close. Now closing in 152. Potentially, the Senate will vote to end the government shutdown, which would be super bullish. And then, you know, everyone's going to get 2Gs. Hopefully this week. Could all be absolutely mega bullish. We've got to get there and we've got to lock in those returns. So fingers crossed. That'll all play out. What I will tell you, though, is, as always, I'm going to be here breaking down the markets, keeping you guys updated. More importantly, keeping your fingers on the pulse. So make sure, if you haven't already, smash up that like button to brand new all-time high. Don't forget to subscribe. Turn that notification bell on. YouTube can be a bit weird sometimes, and it only alerts you if you have that turned on. So if you haven't already got that notification bell turned on, make sure you do. And by the way, make sure you follow me here on TikTok as well. We live stream literally every single day, keeping you guys dialed into the markets, breaking down the market analysis, going a bit deeper than I think a lot of other channels do, because other channels just go, well, in this news article, it said that Bitcoin was going to go down. And so I think Bitcoin's going to go down. And that's kind of what we do. But, hold on, I want to get this comment out because it looks like it's going to be a great comment. There we are. But do you really know what's pumping the market? No. Well, I mean, yeah. People are buying more than they're selling. I mean, I know it sounds insane, but that's the reality of it. Which one is a better blockchain, BlockDAG, or what? You just give me one. The reality is sentiment's pushing the market a little bit. People believe, based on what they're reading, that the government shutdown is around the corner, like ending. What's great news? If the government shutdown ends, that's good news for markets. $1 trillion flows out to people that might buy Bitcoin. Equally, might be nothing but. We've seen it so many times before. Rate cuts, market dumps. Interest rate cuts, market dumps. More stimulus, market dumps. Like, who knows? We will see. Yeah, I'm still mining them on Lace Wallet. Scavenger mine is still going now. I'll send you the video. Nice. Noise. Anyway, hit the like. But where are you at? 53 point. It feels bad. It feels bad if I cut the live now, when literally, I think in 5 minutes, everyone on the stream just goes. You'd absolutely smash that like button. The likes have got oblivion. I'll give it 5 minutes. 5 more minutes and I'm out of here. But yeah, if everyone in the live right now just taps the screen, we'd easily surpass 60,000 likes, which would be pretty epic in fairness. Also, by the way, if you haven't already hit the like button on YouTube, please do so. It supports the channel, makes sure that everyone knows what's going on, makes us way more bullish. And if you haven't already subscribed, then consider doing that as well. Shutdown will be at 41 days. Do your own research. Why? Well, it isn't 41 days tomorrow. So technically, if they end it tomorrow, that'd be bang on your prediction, right? Did we get their Pi coin? I saw something about people buying more Pi coin. I saw like a bullish argument for it. What do you reckon is going to happen with BTC dominance? I mean, I'm hoping it's going to go down, because then that means altcoins are moving. But while other institutions have a stranglehold on the market, unfortunately, you're going to see BTC dominance hover. As long as it isn't breaking out too high, you know, then we're all right. We're still under the Bitcoin pump up bit. So don't want to see it break out of these two lines, ideally. But at the same time, look, would you rather Bitcoin be going up than down? It just means that we need to find the tap in like a hydraulic breaker. We just need to find a way in order to get the alt season to move. That's the reality of it. Also, people get snap benefits before Thanksgiving. That will be awesome for those in need. I mean, that's absolutely true as well. I got 490 tokens so far. Is there not like a website where you can go to it and get it? What do you suggest about price on BSE? So I think BSE is a little bit overpriced right now. It did break down below 1,000. Look at this price target that I had on BNB as a potential push right down. Wick down there on the weekly and then bounce back up. Just what my view, by the way, if we get a big market move, then it could reverse and continue the upside. If not, then BNB may end up continuing down, maybe even retesting $900. So yeah, keep an eye on it, in my opinion. Magic says, watch a clip about train stations now supporting the eye scanner for free money and crypto. Nice. That's wild. That is wild, actually. Trigger Theory, what's going on? Welcome in, buddy. Yeah, too bad you need some Cardano to do it, I believe. I have some Cardano, I think. Thoughts on XRP? Bullish, and I think this week could be super bullish. XRP ETFs, you look at the Solana ETF, $136 million in its first week of trading. I think XRP could do 10 times that. Maybe not in its first week, but I think there's way more demand for XRP institutionally than Solana. Just my opinion. But yeah, pretty bullish on XRP. Could be a green week. Let's hope so. Let us hope so. I mean, yeah, it'd be nice to finish above 105 was an ideal, but I mean, the markets always sell off around this sort of time. So, you know, we'll sort of see where we get to. We'll see where we get to. We'll obviously keep an eye on this Senate. Make sure if you haven't already joined the Discord, links in my bio. It's also in the description, by the way. And if the Senate do come in and the vote looks like it's going to pass to end government shutdown, then I will definitely probably jump back on live real quick. What do you trade on? BITUNIX. I trade a little bit on BTC and Mexi a little bit as well. So you can grab both links if you're interested. When is the vote? Well, we don't know. We don't know categorically there is. What there is a recess for the Senate. We know that they are potentially going to vote. Again, here it is. Look. So this is unusual. They don't normally vote on a Sunday. The Axios reporting that potentially their government shutdown ends tonight, which is why everyone's a bit like, oh, well, hopefully it comes in. So to do it, look at USCR. Okay, I'm on it. United States crypto. This one, yeah? Have I seen this before? Man, look at that. This is a pretty bullish chart. Holy crap. What was it on? USDC. Interesting. Hey, thank you so much, Vern, for the popcorn, baby. Thank you so much. 60,000 likes. Let's get it. You guys crushed it. Fair play to you guys. 60,000. That's wild. That is wild. And some more popcorn. Thank you so much, Vern. I appreciate it. Boom. Rocking and shocking. Let's get it. You guys absolutely nailed that tonight. Right. With that being said, man, this chart looks pretty bullish, actually. I'm not going to lie. USCR. Not shilling it. Just saying. Cool. All right. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. We will be back tomorrow night, as always, 4 p.m. Eastern. Don't freaking miss out. All right. Important day. We have got 1 hour, 46 minutes to either confirm the bull market is still intact or to confirm the bear market is here. I'm currently hedging my bets. The bull market is intact. Tomorrow, though, will be the big day. You are not going to want to miss the live stream tomorrow night. Look out for content coming on the channel. If you can hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment on it. I would massively appreciate it. Until tomorrow, thanks, fam. See you soon.